Hey there, this is Jeffrey with Dad's Unlocked, and today we're talking about execution. The biggest problem I had early in my adult life, I think, was going back. I think it was a lot of, I think that's the problem, lack of execution when I was younger. We live currently, or we did until very recently, we live in the information age. Lived, I would say now we're in the knowledge age, but we lived in the information age. You can find information on anything, which is amazing, right? The internet, other people, so much networking, so much in the world. Most information, though, isn't valuable until you execute on it, right? You can know it's super simple to know a lot of things. You just ask Google, ask whatever. Good thing my Google Home didn't turn on. Uh, but a super simple example of this is whenever you're hungry, right? So there's information that your body's telling you, but it's useless unless you do something about it. Now, that something that you do about it could just be intentionally nothing because you're just like, okay, I'm going to ignore it. But it's pointless that your body tells your brain that you're hungry unless it knows that you're going to take action on it, right? So it's going to continue to tell you until you take some action on it. Now I want to take this to another level, so to speak, and get some practical use out of it, right? You can say that, yeah, I should execute on stuff, but it's not too concrete, not too practical. So this book that I was turned on to, it was, I think, about 2 years ago, right before I had my son, who's now 20, almost 21 months old. It's called The 5 Second Rule by Mel Robbins. It's a really basic concept, right? Like she explains where she was. She had this really mess of a story for herself that she just wasn't getting what she wanted out of life. And so she came up with this idea that every time that I'm trying to I need to do something, but I don't take action. I don't execute on it. I start thinking, or even saying, I think she said saying out loud, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then by 1 you got to do it. So like you gotta jump out of bed. You gotta, one of her big problems was, like I said, hitting the snooze alarm. So she 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She gets out of bed and gets going because she was so depressed. That's the real basic of it, right? You just gotta tell yourself, for one reason or another, one way or another, that you're just gonna do it. Now, I've struggled with this myself. There's the concept of pain versus pleasure, right? Like, so if executing on it is more painful than the pleasure you get from it, you're not going to execute. So there's a trick also that you can add is focus on ways to flip flop that pain versus pleasure. Come back, use 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, flip the pain and the pleasure in some way, somehow, and just look for the problem you're trying to fix in your life, whether that be, oh, I got to do my taxes, or I really need to lose some weight. Flip that pain, pleasure, or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or both, and just go get it done. And keep trying things until you find something that works. That's the key. Is you don't want to give up on something just because it doesn't work. It just means that you learned that you didn't find that it works. So you can just cross it off or adjust it accordingly and just try again. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Jeffrey Fate with Dad's Unlocked, and I'll talk to you in the next one.